Now we are going to make the bottom part of the assembly for the intake. What you're going to need for this is the polycarbonate piece, the 27-hole 1x, the two 12-hole 1x's, and the two 10-hole 1x's. You're also going to need one 2.5-inch standoff, three 2-inch standoffs, two 3/4 inch standoffs, and one 1/2 inch standoff. And some of the screws you're going to need are four 1-inch screws, one 1.25-inch screws, and one 1.75-inch screw. Now, first things first, we're going to use the polycarbonate piece to attach this. It's important that you have the holes correct. So, for this, we're going to use 3/4 inch screws running along the bottom. We're going to need four 1s as well. Use the 1.75-inch screw for this one over here. Tighten all of these down. Okay, we're going to add this 12 here. You take a 1/4 inch screw and put a cap nut next to this. One inch screw. We're going to use large 4s. Stick those on here. Before we do, we got to make sure that these are all loose. Once they're all loose, should be easier to slide on. And we can retighten. And they should all be able to spin pretty easily here. Then you take lock nuts, probably thin lock nuts, place them on each, and tighten it down to the point where they can't spin anymore, and loosen them until they can. Should be one screw that's a little longer than the rest. That's the 1.25. You take a 3/4 inch standoff, and you tighten that down. For this, you're going to need to loosen this here and tighten it down. Preferably, you use 2 wrenches for this, but 1 wrench works as well. Then we're going to take a small coupler and stick it in here. After that, you're going to use a collar without the tiny screw inside. You're going to tighten that onto here. And once again, technique. Just make sure that there's enough room for a screw. Make sure this goes to spin. Make sure that a screw can fit through here properly. Alright, so now for the final step, we're going to take 2 10s. I'm only going to touch one with the 1 spacer in between. It's this one. 3 holes on the other side. I'll take the other one. It's going to be placed underneath, like so. This only goes to here. Now, before you tighten this down, you're going to need to fit 2 1/4 inch screws before this, right here and here. Should fit nicely, like so. And then take a 1/4 inch screw I'm gonna fit it underneath here. Finally, I'm going to take this right here. This should look something like this. At this point, I'm going to bring back this piece here. These two holes should slide nicely into here. And this hole over here should slide nicely into here. Before we do this, we're going to need to point out a 3 and a 4 here. These should be able to spin pretty nicely with 2 washers in addition to this. After that, instead of a lock nut, this is going to be a catch nut, but it's going to be upside down. And it's going to stay loose. Then we're going to place this on, and that should go into the last hole there. After that, everything should slide into place. We're going to line these holes over here and slide this here. Then you're going to take another caps nut and the last hole over here. Once that's tightened, then you're going to go to the other side and screw in these 2 screws. Before you do that, you're going to take this off here on this side. This is very important. You're going to want to stick a screw into the middle hole here. Use the 1/2 inch standoff here. And then tighten that down. This is very important. And then you're going to want 2 washers to go into these 2 holes. And with those 2 1/4 inch screws, I'm going to fit them in here for this one. Alright. Now, most of the frame should be built. One last thing is the connection point here, which is the 3/4 inch standoff. And just screw that into the bottom hole here. Now we're going to get a large coupler, stick this through here. Now lots of these have room for T8s here. Might be a tight fit, but it should work. And we're going to get a 2 spacer and 1 washer. Your 2.5 inch standoff. Sorry, this is just a 2 inch standoff. And just like that, make your connection points. Final thing to do to complete the structure, let's go to the top and temporarily remove this. And add another 3/8 screw, one hole below that. And then squeeze this back in. And then for this, we're going to loosen this bottom one. Finally, flipping this around, the 12 hole. Might take a little bit of forcing, but once that is completed, I'm going to add 1/4 inch screw here. For this, you're going to want to loosen this over here. Maybe even take a cap that off. Here we go. This back on, and then we're done with the frame.